Pittsburgh Steeler fans, we are nearing the end of the 2020 NFL draft, at least for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We are several picks away. We're probably within 5 picks right now of when the Steelers are about ready to make their 7th round selection. Where I have it on my phone, it says that we're on pick number 230. I have this, and the Steelers are at 234, right?
232.
232. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm really late coming on here then. I was thinking we had a few more picks before the Steelers go. Why didn't you correct me, Mr.
That's
Mr.
why I went
Claypool?
like this. I put the 2 up.
Yep.
But you weren't looking.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught that. I called you Mr. Claypool.
Mr. Clay, because I'm wearing my number 83.
Because you're wearing your 83. That's your prediction. And you like doing that every year. You like to predict what numbers people are
going to get. The article's almost done.
Did you get 55 for Devin Bush last year?
I picked 55. I was 4 of 9 last year.
That's pretty good.
Or 5 of 9, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The year before I was like 2 of 7. This year I feel pretty good about the guys so far that I'm looking at, but Claypool's definitely going to be 83.
Gotcha. That would not shock me one bit. I think that'll be interesting. I'm trying to make sure I'm caught up on Twitter because we'll probably get the pick just as quick there.
Hey, can I say?
Nice. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to say something to my buddy Frank Webb Lives. He saw my 2 up there, said 2 legit. Frank, 2 a.m. legit, buddy.
2 a.m. legit.
2 a.m. Yeah. 2 a.m. legit.
Bryan, since I think we might have a minute until right now that I have that the Cowboys pick is in, which means the Steelers would then be on the clock.
They're on the clock. So let's run through this then.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
What do you got?
Okay, what do you the number 1 tight end on the board is Hunter Bryant. But, Thaddeus Moss, he was injured. He's still out there. I would take a flyer on a guy like that. Remember, Vance McDonald's gone. You only have Eric Ebron for 2 years. Maybe take a flyer on Bryant or Moss because they were both ranked pretty high. Now, this wasn't the greatest tight end class. Lamar Jackson is a cornerback at 107 out of Nebraska. I just don't like his name, but I'm sure he's a fine young man. J.R. Reed's the safety out of Georgia. Now, we were talking about Geno Stone last, and Geno Stone went to the Baltimore Ravens, but he's the best safety on the board. Probably don't really need a safety at this point.
Bryan, hold on about safety. The more I'm reading, the more it looks like the Steelers' 6th round pick could end up being more of an inside linebacker than a safety.
Okay. All right.
So if they take a safety, that would tell you even more. If they take an inside linebacker, that would tell you that's not what they're thinking. I don't know exactly where he's going to fit. So I wouldn't take safety off the board. Honestly, I wouldn't take wide receiver off the board, even if they took one, because you know how the Steelers are with their wide receivers.
Yeah.
I think other than like a quarterback or another running back, I think almost anything's available here. They could go another offensive lineman if the right defensive lineman's there. Like I know a couple of times I looked at Raekwon Williams out of Michigan State.
I was still there.
Who was the Ole Miss guy?
My guess is Raekwon Williams is the name.
Benito Jones is another guy that honestly, I hope that's a guy that if the Steelers don't take him, I hope he doesn't get drafted and they can pick him up as an undrafted free agent.
Benito Jones. Now I don't have him coming up.
Yeah, he's on CBS. He's number 256.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, on Draft Network, he was up there much higher.
Okay.
When you get down here, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Steelers are on the clock. I'm going to check my Twitter feed to see if we have anything else going up.
All right. Do me a favor. I am turning it off. So let's not say what anybody is guessing there or saying what it is, because we
want to get the real thing.
Yeah, I want to get the real thing, and they spoiled it for me every single time, which, I get it. I get it, but
we've got some reports in the live chat, but I don't have anything official that the Steelers have taken.
So I'm not going to have you say it until I'll tell you when I'm ready. You can announce it, but I'll tell you when I'm ready, unless it's already out.
It is in the live chat, but I don't know.
I'm getting it right here. The selection right here, but I won't say it unless you want me to.
That is correct. I've got it.
Okay.
Carlos Davis, defensive tackle out of Nebraska.
Hey, that gives me an opportunity to get a new jersey since Sean Davis.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, when it comes to defensive line, they don't even have him ranked on CBS Sports.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means. You gotta love the last name.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to say that first. The other thing you got to love about that is I kept saying if the Steelers were going to take someone on the defensive line, like even if they wanted someone who was more of a nose tackle, I don't know anything. I don't have anything to click on him yet to know if he's an inside guy. But I said I'm okay with them taking that pick late. That would be okay. So we got defensive tackle. I'm trying to see if I can get some height and weight. True. King David says this right here. I'm hoping he got this from a legitimate source because I haven't been able to find one on him yet. A true nose tackle, 6'2", 320.
Hey, that sounds like me. So he's a Mr. TA 2AM 2.0.
Yeah.
So Carlos Davis, and once again, out of Nebraska. Is that true? Oh, I'm looking at pictures of him. He's a big fella.
He's a big dude.
Yep,
I told you, if the Steelers were going to take a big dude nose tackle, take him late.
So
because a lot of people don't grab him. Little snack.
Once again, the Steelers pick the brother of a guy that's drafted higher in the same draft. His twin brother Khalil went higher to Tampa Bay at 194.
Very interesting.
So celebration for the Davises.
Mm-hmm. Celebration for the Davises. I like that. Well, speaking of Mr. Davis, we weren't on here very long because those picks went really fast. And by the time I got everything loaded up here, this is going to be a quick one. I know you need to go write the article. I'll stay on for another minute or two after you give your thoughts on this one. You want to give your thoughts on this final pick and kind of on the draft as a whole?
Yeah, I'm on this pick. Here's the deal. Don't know much about him. They have scouted this guy. They obviously like him. He's honorable mention for all Big Ten. Here's the thing. They wanted a defensive tackle. They wanted a big guy. They wanted a true nose tackle. They're still looking at that. They lost Javon Hargrave. I have no problem with this. If he is good, he's going to stick. If he's not, you're still going to plug somebody in along those lines. But they know what they're doing here when they pick. Last year with Isaiah Buggs, I thought that was a nice selection as well on the defensive line, trying to build that defensive line. They did everything, Dave, that they wanted to do in this draft to go get players for certain positions. If they're calling him the BPA on in their draft, then that's fine for me. I'm fine with this pick, and I'm fine with this entire draft.
Yes, I am too. It's funny because the one thing I said that the Steelers might need depth at safety and at inside linebacker and at edge rusher. Well, they got edge rusher as their second pick. Then with the player they took, in the sixth round, we still don't know if he's really the safety or the linebacker or maybe both, and he might be two birds with one stone. I don't know. But I feel that they've really done some things with needs. My biggest question mark of the draft so far was the running back where they took him, but it might have been, like I said, he might have been the guy that they thought was just as good as those other ones, but they didn't have to take him yet. So I thought that was pretty nice. Anything else you want to say? Before I let you go?
Well, it's a question first. When does the new list come out for, the new list for undrafted free agents? Of course, they're on the phone with these guys probably already. The draft's not over, but they make those calls. A lot of these guys we're talking about, they might be talking to on the phone. They could be talking to one of these tight ends if they don't go. Mm-hmm. They can be talking to that safety that we just talked about. And Raekwon, another Davis that we were looking at, Raekwon, not Davis, Raekwon Williams, I believe. Mm-hmm. So, there's some people out there that we might be seeing again that we've been talking about. So I'm pretty excited. What time do you think we're going to find out about these guys, or is that going to be on Sunday?
What, the undrafted free agents? Well, Here's the deal. I'm glad you asked that question because I was just working on that with Jefferson Hartman, that we have an article that's going to go out as soon as the draft is done with all the news and rumors about the Steelers undrafted free agents. That, remember, it's going to be news. It's going to be rumors. It's going to be nothing confirmed. When we get confirmation of who they are and the Steelers announce them, we have another article ready that will also announce that as well. So we will kind of track that at behindthesteelcurtain.com as soon as the draft is over. They obviously can't come up to an agreement with anybody until the draft is over because they have to make that final pick. So to me, that the 7th round is basically almost like an undrafted free agent, but it's someone that you're like, you know what? Let's grab this guy to make sure no one else picks him up before me.
And we've seen them stick.
And it's not like you're not getting value here, that these guys aren't important. Kelvin Beachum was taken later than this pick.
Tyler Matakevich was too.
Yeah. Well, because Beachum was a 7th round comp.
Yeah, he was in the 4th one taken for the Steelers that year.
He was one of the latest draft picks ever, which was basically like an undrafted free agent. So,
the only thing, Dave, that I'm disappointed in with this draft, I wanted in the 7th round, I wanted them to try to sneak one past the goalie and draft Trevor Lawrence from Clemson to see if they can get his rights. And you know what? They're like, hey, no one's ever really done that before. Even though he hasn't declared. I mean, there could be a little court case. We could have had some drama. I would have tried that because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Always look for a loophole.
Always look for the loophole. So yeah, Steeler fans, don't be shocked if you see an undrafted free agent that's a quarterback, because the Steelers, chances are there's not going to be a rookie minicamp. I mean, I don't know that they've officially canceled those yet, but just don't be shocked at that. Maybe they push a rookie minicamp off until when they could actually have it later on. And that would be a position that they would need a rookie in, but just to kind of, even if it's a tryout player or something like that. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked when you see some of these other positions saying, why did they do an undrafted free agent there? Well, remember, you still got to have people that can be there if they are able to have a rookie minicamp. So, Bryan, thank you so much.
Thanks all, Steeler Nation.
If you need to step out, I'm going to finish up here.
I'm going.
All righty. You go get those knee-jerk reactions going for the website. We appreciate everything you've done. For those of you there that are still getting in the live chat, I hope you've enjoyed this today. Doing this yesterday and today where we went on and actually did the picks live wasn't something we were really planning on doing. It was just kind of thrown together and seemed that people enjoyed it the first time, so we kept going. So the Steelers, their final draft pick they said it was a defensive lineman. From every indication, it's a pure nose tackle. When you get the 6th and 7th rounders, there's no guarantee they even make the roster. But I like the Steelers at least using this draft equity at this point on a player at that position. That's something I can get behind. I think that's good. Overall thoughts of the draft, I have to say, I still think, according to some, Highsmith might have been the biggest steal. Some people had him really high. Some people didn't have him on their radar. I think the guard that a lot of people weren't high on because he wasn't even invited to the combine could be something for the Steelers, especially since they didn't address the offensive line in any other way so far. So that's very interesting. I think the running back they took out of Maryland was really head scratching to me at the time, because I always said I didn't think the Steelers needed a running back, but if you got one, make sure it's an upgrade. And they had a chance to take an upgrade with their first overall pick and they didn't do it. But it seems like maybe this was the guy they were more high on than anybody else that was out there. So that was interesting. I think that's the pick that has the most potential to exceed what we think at the same time be a complete opposite end of the spectrum. That one, I think, has the biggest range of what could maybe come from that. But all this is speculation. Until they get a uniform on and get out there, we don't really know what's going on. I'll be doing my updated depth charts at the positions that the Steelers drafted. The thing is, it's purely a guess right now, because until they get out there, you don't know what they're going to be. I mean, do you put that other nose tackle ahead of Daniel McCullers? I don't know. I'm going to have to really look at it. I would put him much further down, but with the chance to make the team. Where do you put the safety? Do you put him ahead of Marcus Allen, or do you put him behind Marcus Allen? Where do you put the running back? Oh my goodness. Where is he on the depth chart to stop? I really don't know. It's very, very difficult. But I want to thank you all for tuning into these shows. Jeff and Lance are going to be coming on soon to do their wrap up of the entire draft. Give you some analysis there. You guys will see what you can do. I don't know much about this player from Nebraska. That always is what happens at the end of the draft. The Steelers have done their research. so much more in depth than I've had to do. So they find a guy that they like. Now my job is to get off here with you guys and go research this player. That's what happened with the Maryland safety. And the more I see from him, the more I like. But I'm going to put him on the safety depth chart. But it could be by the time it really rolls around, he's really their depth chart at inside linebacker. It's going to be very interesting. So lots of fun with you all. Make sure you tune in to Jeff and Lance. It's been a crazy few days, man. It's been working overtime for sure. So thanks, and tune in, tell a friend, and subscribe. We'll see you all back with our regular programming this week.